Alright guys, Authentic Talk with Jay number 10. Today we're going to talk about mindset, how to get the mindset of an elite top 1%er. I want to first start off with sharing something with you guys. I actually shared this thought with one of my team members this morning, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I think it's going to be tremendously useful to understand how you are part of this universe. You're not just you yourself. I know when you get into the personal development sphere, it's sometimes easy to just think, okay, take full ownership, take full responsibility, me, personal development, self-mastery, self-centered. But once you start to understand the laws of the universe, right, the universal laws, and how cycles, how life functions in cycles, the season, all of that, it's 10 times easier to basically use this leverage and to understand how you can differentiate yourself from all the others. Because really and truly, guys, if you have the top 1% knowledge, it's so easy to become excellent and successful in every single aspect, because you're gonna have the knowledge. Like that's the thing. Most people say, unapplied knowledge is only potential power. I don't agree. If you have the right type of knowledge, it's power, because with the right type of knowledge, you obviously will feel compelled to apply it. Because if I gave you the required knowledge for you to make $10 million, like tomorrow, would you take action? Of course you would, right? So it's bullshit those who say, knowledge is only potential power, applied knowledge is power, is power. Of course, if you don't apply it, of course, it means that the knowledge in of it itself didn't give you enough aha moment for you to apply it. But either way, the point of the video is, let me share this with you. So we were talking about season and how, some businesses and some businesses slow down during winter, and how people usually during winter are more, they're focusing more on resting because it's cold outside, all of that bullshit. And so basically what I said to this person is the weather and season definitely impact people and organization and businesses as well. I've studied this. And apparently winter is primarily made to build back-end systems, so for businesses, meaning that if you retranslate that and you extrapolate that to human beings, it's usually building themselves back up, introspection, taking care of yourself spiritually, inner growth, all of that, right? Building back-end systems, but also relaxing and retrieving to your own. That's what most people do during winter, right? And so, and I say, and summer is for sales. Usually people are much more hopeful during summer times. They're much more going on, except for, holidays, Christmas holidays and stuff like that in the winter. But usually what happens is, maybe it's better for you to like this. Usually what happens is sales often occurs much more during the summer, because people with a vitamin D and stuff like that, they become more hopeful, which is what I explained. I actually said vitamin D and sun rays make people more hopeful. It's actually super interesting how the human is impacted by this. But people tend to get more depressed during winter, less hopeful, etc. But people who take action in winter prove to themselves that they are the shit. Just imagine how they'll kill it in the summer. So really and truly, winter is made to build discipline, because motivation is lower than in summer. Then you absolutely kill it in the summer, while with all the compounding effect built. So I wanted to share that with you guys, because right now, if you're watching this video when it's out, we are in the winter. And you need to realize that, yes, of course, you'll want to stay more inside. You'll want to sleep more because it's cold and everything seems to go a bit slower. But the thing is, if you want to become a top percenter, you need to go against what the masses does. And what does the mass do? What does the masses do right now? Well, they sleep in, they watch Netflix, it's so easy to get into your comfort zone, under the blanket, figuratively, but also literally. under the blanket when it's cold outside and when it's winter, and it's socially accepted to not go out there and kill it absolutely in every single aspect. So what do you want to do if you want to reach the top 1%? Well, do the fucking opposite. And how do you do the fucking opposite? Well, you build massive momentum. Because realize, again, seasons, right? We have less vitamin D, except if you live like in a place where you have sunshine and sun rays every single day. You have less vitamin D. Vitamin D is essential to create happiness chemicals, namely dopamine, and create testosterone. And the more testosterone you have, the more, as a man, you usually feel compelled to take more actions towards bettering your life. And dopamine, of course, is like the one of the happiness chemicals that is also responsible for your motivation, right? So it's extremely important to understand this. And so why I'm saying this basically is because if you right now, while the motivation is low, like the motivation is the lowest right now because of the season, because of external circumstances. I never recommend seeing external circumstances and being like, it's because of this outside of myself that I'm not successful, because that's just leads to victim mentality. And if you want to be successful in life, you need to cut that shit out immediately. Money and the universe is no respecter of person. Makes no difference. It only responds to your energy. Same thing with money. Money is energy. It responds to your energy. The universe, success responds to your energy. It doesn't matter about your educational background. It doesn't matter if you're from the hood, if you're from the ghetto, or if you're from a middle class or a high class background, or if you're black, or if you're white, or if you're Latino. I know it may seem this way. It may seem that everything is segregated, but it's not. If you fix your energy, you'll naturally fix how people perceive you as well, right? Because why do people feel segregation? Well, simply because people feel that other people are racist or segregate them. But that's really and truly because your energy is off. I can guarantee you, and I've coached many black people, many Latinos as well, when you fix your energy, because your energy doesn't lie, you're going to naturally become more attractive and more magnetic in general. So the best thing you can do is improve your energy. Why was I saying that? Well, simply because, to go back to what you need to do right now, if you're in the winter, you have less energy, you have less motivation, you have less happiness chemicals, you have less vitamin D, etc., etc., etc. The motivation is low for you to take action, for you to go to the gym, for you to build muscle, for you to build your business, for you to work on your personal development and stuff like that. If you now start to take action during winter and you build that momentum, because you need to understand, by the law of momentum, usually what you do right now will start to have an effect, or a massive compounding effect, 3 months to 6 months from now. So if you work right now, you start having momentum, badass momentum 6 months from now, aka the summer. And the summer, when you have much more motivation, when you have much more vitamin D, much more, even the environment is going to be better, because everybody's going to start to wake up, right? But you've already woken up since 6 months ago. But everybody's going to start to wake up and stuff like that. And you're going to be able to capitalize on the momentum that you've already built to go exponential, right? So right now, if you're in your life and it's winter and stuff like that, do not use winter as an excuse with the low motivation and all that stuff to not work on yourself and to not start. Because I'm telling you guys, if you start right now when the motivation is low, this is right now where you're building the most badass amount of discipline, which inevitably is going to build insane momentum. Because once it's going to be easier to be motivated and disciplined during summer, you've already built so much momentum. You've been building momentum consistently for the last 3 and 6 months. So just imagine when summer hits, whether it's for your business in sales, because it's proven that sales explode during during summer, because people feel more hopeful and stuff like that, and to have better energy, better emotions, because remember that emotion is energy in motion. Well, just imagine if you are the type of person that takes action now, that start building momentum now, instead of all the other motherfuckers that are just waiting for the perfect time, or waiting for, you know, motivation to kick in, or waiting for summer to be able to feel good about themselves and feel motivated. Well, you, my friend, have built massive amount of momentum, and therefore you will absolutely kill it in 6 months. But you need to start now. Whether it's investing in yourself and in your business, whether it's investing in mentorship, because literally, like, for me, it was a game changer. It was like the number one thing that changed my life, and that made me quantum leap from depressed corporate slave. I remember I was a depressed corporate slave, waking up at 6 a.m. in Canada. It was freezing cold, minus 40 minus 40 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit, Celsius, felt in a blizzard, and I was waking every single morning at 6 a.m. going, it was dark, nighttime, going to the bus with a blizzard to get to my office and my miserable cubicle desk with the yellow blinking lights. And then when I came, like, I was working on Excel sheets that were like super boring and stuff like that, with people who were around me were snails. I felt like they were snails, and also like mentally there was no ambition in the workplace where I was. Like, I remember this little fat tattooed girl. She came to me. She was like super happy because, you know, she finally had like her current contract approved and stuff like that. And of course, you know me, like, even though I don't like the place, I'm still giving my best, right? Because there's no point in wallowing in your situation, even though it's shit and even though it's bad. You're trying to make the best out of every situation. And so basically, I was being the best version of myself even at that time, or at least trying to be. And naturally, when you do this, you become more charismatic and you become more magnetic. And this little girl came to me because she was attracted by my energy and my aura. Just, Jay, you know what? I just finalized my contract. And I was like, okay, please tell me more, you know? Please expand. Like, what do you mean exactly? Well, you know, right now, I'm secured for the next 5 years to be paid 2,000 CAD, Canadian dollars. So it's about 1.3, 1.5 USD. So it's absolutely shit. 2,000 CAD per month for the next 5 years. And I'm like, all right, but do you have any opportunities to make more money afterwards? Oh yeah, after 5 years I can ask for a raise, and I can even get to 2.5k CAD, so like 1.8k USD after 5 years. This was the moment where I, like, my mind, something blew in my mind. I was like, okay, I need to fucking get out of this environment. So the point being is that I went, because of the mentorship, I went from because right after this, around that time, I was like, okay, I need to wake up, and I started to invest in mentors and stuff like that. And in less than a year, I went from corporate slave, as I told you, depressed, miserable. My girlfriend just broke up with me. It was a kind of like a weird situation because she was like 10 years older than me. I was 23. She was 33 at the time. Not to toot my own horn, but she was pretty stunning. Ex-Victoria's Model Secret and stuff. Victoria's Secret model, sorry. But the problem is why it didn't work is because she wanted to have kids. She liked to call it, like, I wanted to have baby Vikings, because obviously I look like a fucking Viking. But I wasn't ready to have babies, right? Especially because I told her that I was gonna build a business and stuff like that. So of course, it was already on my mind. I didn't see myself stay stuck in fucking 40 years working for a slave wage for somebody that I don't even know and doesn't even recognize me and would, like, literally replace me in a minute. So either way, it was like the lowest of the lows. I was depressed. I had this routine that I was going on, and you guys may see my Instagram. I wake up at 2:45 every single day. Now there's a difference between waking up at 6 a.m. for a job that you dislike or a life that you don't like, and me waking up at 2:45, because I wake up at 2:45 with excitement, joy, and hope, because I'm building my life, because I'm getting better, I'm becoming the best version of myself every single day. I'm working on myself, and that retranslates into my business and my clients' results. right? And I do something that I love, which is I literally get paid to become the best version of myself. I literally have found a way to monetize my personal development. That's what I teach also my clients, how to monetize their own personal development. So you literally get paid to become the best version of yourself and to learn every single day. So that's fucking phenomenal. By leveraging a personal brand. And if you don't have a personal brand in 2025, you're going to get left behind, because my personal brand basically allowed me to not only, of course, become time, money, and location free, but it also allowed me to open myself up to the type of opportunities that I didn't even know existed. Like, now I can invest in private equity. I have I cannot talk a lot about all my investments, but basically, I'm in crypto, private equity, specific masterminds, network, introductions to so-called secret societies and all that stuff. And I can talk about it because it's like, now it's commonly accepted. And all of this basically was only possible because I had a personal brand and because my message was congruent with my soul. Either way, so mentorship was the thing that really made me go from corporate slave to making $10,000 per month profit 4 months after I invested in my first mentor. So really quantum jump. I went from like getting paid 1.5 CAD, so that means like around 1,100 USD per month, to 10,000 USD minimum profit per month. And it actually was, after the 4th month, it was actually 14,000. Either way, and that's like, if you have a real good mentorship and you actually are like me, you're serious and a serious individual and you're ambitious, mentorship is the way to go. But either way, so my point being is that we are in winter right now. If you right now, you invest in yourself, you invest in your business, you start that business, you start going to the gym, you start that personal development journey, you start investing in yourself, you start investing in coaches, mentors, and all that stuff, the ripple effect that it's going to get in a few months from now is going to be insane. Like, literally, by the law of energetical momentum, energy and focus and attention usually compounds over time, and it usually takes, again, 3 to 6 months for you to start seeing results of the seeds that you're planting, right? Because you're not going to see them immediately. You need to plant the seed, you need to water them, you need to give them some sun, and over time, after months and months and months, then it grows up, and then you start seeing the plant. It's the same thing for success. Success is literally like a bamboo, guys. Like, for months and months and months and months, you're gonna water it, you're gonna give it sunshine, you're gonna give it everything that it needs. And the bamboo takes so long, it takes years and years and years to build the roots in the root system under the earth. And once it's properly solidified inside the earth, the bamboo like literally explodes up in the air. It grows straight up in the air and to hit its maximum size in less than 90 days. So just imagine, like, it takes years and years and years to build a foundation, and then that's why and success is kind of like the same thing. It's actually the same thing, because you build your roots, you build your foundation, you build your personal development, because your business will never exceed your level of personal development. Sorry. Your business will never exceed your level of Sorry about that. So your business will never exceed your level of success, and your level of business will never exceed your level of personal development. So everything stems from personal development at first. That's you digging the roots as a bamboo. And then after you've dug the roots and you've done all the good foundation, then people will call you an overnight success, because you've been working on yourself for years, and now you're exploding, right? You're exploding in result, you're exploding in every single aspect. And then people call you lucky, call you overnight success, because they didn't see all the roots and all the work that you've put in. But that's another topic for another time. Either way, my point being is that right now we're in winter, and you'll recognize the top 1%ers, the winners, versus the losers and the masses, 99%, because the 99% they don't take action during winter because they don't feel like it. They let their emotion dictate what they do on the day-to-day basis. But the winners, they will take action now because the motivation is the lowest right now. So the motivation is the lowest right now. So you're going to build massive discipline right now, and when summer hits, naturally things are going to get easier because you're going to have more energy because of the sun, because of the vitamin D, because of the sun ray, because of the overall atmosphere. You're going to have more energy, so better emotions, because emotions are energy emotions. So you're going to have better emotions, and it's going to be easier for you to go, not only keep going, because it's easier to keep going than to start a project, and it's going to be harder to stop the momentum that you've built than starting ever was, but also it's going to be so easy to just work on yourself every single day and to compound all those results and all the success, basically, because of course you're going to have more energy because of the weather, because of the environment, etc., better emotions. So everything, and remember, the universe is a mirror. It mirrors your vibratory signature. So you need to be vibratory aligned with the universe, right? And with your soul's path. So my point being is, if you right now, you do everything that you're supposed to do right now during winter when the motivation is the lowest, you're gonna absolutely kill it. Start now. What if you don't have the right blueprint? Because the biggest thing is finding the right blueprint for you. And usually that's why I recommend getting mentorships, because they can custom the blueprint for you and stuff like that. But the biggest thing is literally like finding the right blueprint. If you found the right blueprint, you're already like, and if you're a hard worker and you have work ethic, you're already like 80% there. That's the reality of the game. That's the fucking reality of the game. If you have the right blueprint, you just need to execute afterwards. And so right now, find the right blueprint for you and just lock in right now. Don't wait for summer like most of these motherfuckers do. Don't wait for summer. Lock in right now. You're gonna build so much momentum. And in 3 to 6 months from now, you're gonna start to see the compounding results between 3 to 6 months if you show up every single day. But do it right now, because then once summer hits and once everybody starts to get out of their hibernation, you're going to be the one that has already built massive momentum and that is starting to see massive success. People are going to ask you how you did it, you know, basically calling you lucky when you have started now during winter. This is when you need to build momentum, because motivation is low and you start where it's the hardest, and it's going to become easier and easier and easier over time. It's kind of like when you buy the dip, right? When you buy the dip, you buy at the lowest monetary value. It's kind of like the same thing with you. Right now, buy at the lowest motivational value, right? And build discipline now. Once you do that, everything is going to spike up, and this is when it's, you know, you buy, we say in stock, you buy when everybody's fearful. Right now, everybody is fearful in terms of motivation or starting projects. Do this now. Start your project, build backend systems, build your life right now in winter, because it's so much easier to then capitalize on the momentum when inevitably summer is coming. So this is what was a quick one today. Use basically the universal laws and the seasons to use the seasons in your advantage, basically, because you, as nature, you're not separate from nature. You're part of nature. So you're not some separate entity that doesn't work like nature does. You do. You have your own cycles inside of your body. Women are the perfect example with, you know, their menstruation cycles. Even men, we have spikes. You know, we have downs and spikes in testosterone, in dopamine, in everything. So learn about your cycles and learn about the universal's cycles and nature's cycles, and make sure you align with these cycles. Because if you understand everything about universal laws, and if you haven't read my book, Reality Hack, about universal laws and how you can capitalize on these universal laws, highly recommend you do this. If you don't know where to get it, send me a DM on Instagram, or watch in some of my highlights. I should have a highlight named book. And you can just click on the link and download it, or even I'll even link. I'll leave leave a link in the description of this video. That way you can download the book. But either way, it's going to teach you how to use the universal laws. What are the universal laws? Why it's important to use them, and how to use them in your best advantage. So either way, guys, this is the difference between the top 1%ers and 99%ers. The top 1%ers, they use esoteric knowledge and they use metaphysics to be able to get to the next level. And the 99% are just clueless and just go with the, let their emotions dictate and their little piece of knowledge that they've accumulated from, you know, mainstream medias basically dictate their life. And this is why they'll never be successful. Do not be like the masses. Do not be like the 99%. Strive every single day to become the 1%. And naturally, again, success is a consequence of who you are. So your level of success will never exceed your level of personal development. First, focus on becoming the person that is so attractive to success that success just becomes obsessed. Like a woman, it becomes obsessed with you. And that is only done by you building your character, building your discipline, building the motivation. And the best time to do this is when the motivation is low, is when it's winter. Let's go.